Got OGs here. My noties are off because I've posted too many times on YouTube today. But it's all good. All right. Let's have a life lesson for every rapper just to start. So, many of y'all know because we've been in this world, this music community since like since like 2015 or so, maybe even early, like high school, like the early days, Thousand Man Funny and Lucky and whatnot, and Warhol, but like didn't really start making videos and getting like super tapped into like 2016, let's say. But regardless, one of the big things is music leaks, and that's become a huge thing as the internet has developed, because there's like TikTok and social media, and like there's so much access to artists that like now that it's so easy to drop music and post on SoundCloud, like it almost doesn't feel like very exclusive anymore. Whereas SoundCloud felt like it was for the fans before, whereas now like that's just how artists start. So now what does that become? It's become leaks, where like if you're a super fan, you're listening to leaks, you're listening to snippets, you're listening to leaked snippets. And so that's what's happening to Osamason right now. His entire, we saw more than just music leaks. We're not going to get into that because I don't want to disrespect bro, but they got his whole entire catalog. Like, y'all thought labels were stealing artists' masters royalties? Nah, these leakers, they own these rappers basically. How? I don't know. Probably clicked on a link, and then ever since then, they're into every single email. They don't even know. It's like a Trojan horse. And so he might get a new phone. He might get a new SIM card. He might even, I don't even know, change his name and birth certificate and just, I don't know. So he might change literally everything. They still got it because they got one email that connects to everything else. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the game works. So Osamason, all his music continues to leak. And then because of that, he took Psychotic, his upcoming album, which I was actually pretty hyped about because the trailer looks so cool. But usually his visuals are on point. For the last album too, Jump Out, previously, Osama Season, and then what was the last one? Flex Season. Like, he kills it with the visuals. I think that's why he's so good, because it matches really well with like the music too. It just makes you feel like you're on drugs. So as I was saying though, he was teasing Psychotic, his upcoming album, and then leakers leaked Demon Home or whatever the leak was. Y'all know I don't keep up with that anymore. I'm way too old for that. I got like bills and shit to pay. However, he took Psychotic out of his bio, so everybody was talking about how he scrapped the project, all because of a couple of leaks. But here's the learning lesson that I was talking about from the very beginning. We all know Carti, Uzi, Trippy, Juice, whatever. Like, the fans do not care if the leaked music or if the songs they release is leaked. I mean, yes, some people complain like, bro, like we wanted new songs or whatever, but like y'all are such a small proportion of the fan base. Like, it does not matter. In fact, it almost, as we've discussed, if it leaks and so many people like the leak, now you don't even got to do marketing for it, because the leak, like the whole exclusive factor of the leak, already did the marketing for you. So just drop it and get the streams and actually get paid for your music. It's really that simple. So I don't understand why artists, just because music is leaked, like now they're like, oh man, I can't drop it anymore. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why do you not want to make money? Especially because the video we watched yesterday, and it was somebody who's not even really tapped into the music industry like that, but he definitely knew what he was talking about, where he listens to leaks and he's saying the problem with Uzi is that some of his best songs are leaked songs, except he just doesn't officially release them. And so now his career is kind of like in the air. Nobody knows what's going on. Of course, Uzi's a legend, but people don't really think Uzi's all that good because all of his best songs are leaks. The shit that he drops is utter garbage. He might as well just not have released Eternal Take Two, you know? Pink Tape was okay. It had metal songs on there. Why? I don't know. He probably started the Whippets at that point. But yeah. So then there was a producer, allegedly a producer, who tweeted, or sorry, he posted on his Instagram story about the Osamason project. Apparently he's produced like 1 or 2 songs of Osamason, probably from a YouTube beat or something like that. But the reason I say that is because of something we'll get into a little bit later. He self-snitched, basically claiming that he was clout chasing. It's okay. We all do it. It happens, man. I get it. But he said, hope y'all leakers know y'all just got a whole album scrapped. Thanks. It's not like people rely on their art to make money or anything. And it's like, okay. Any fan can say that, you know, he might not know specific information. However, somebody DM'd him and then they asked, you talking about Osama? And he said, sadly. So it almost like insinuated that he had somewhat of specific information about the Osama camp, like what was going on. And it kind of correlated with him taking psychotic out of his Instagram bio as well. However, again, I don't know why you would scrap an entire project just because one song leaked or a couple songs leaked. Like I'm sure Osamason in the studio like every day, and you know, you got probably records like 3 songs every session, or I don't know, at least 5 songs a week. Of course, not all of them are going to be bangers, but I'm sure he's got shit in the vault. Even Duty claims that Osamason leaks are like top tier, like Carti level. Now, I'm not going to go that far, but I'm just saying like he probably got hella shit. It doesn't even matter. And again, you can release leaked music. Now, this guy self-snitched and he quote tweeted it being like, yo, like I've only produced like 1 or 2 songs of his. Like I was talking out my ass. And then I think even We Gonna Be Okay quote tweeted this right here. He quote tweeted my tweet. It was like, who even is this? So that tells me that actually the Osamason album might be chilling and it still might be coming out, you know? So it could just be a little bit of drama of like who's, and I know this happens because I've seen it before, like who's the mole? Who's the mole? Because producers and studios do be selling songs, you know, like you're selling a studio session for $60 an hour or whatever it is to a rapper, but like they leave a leak on your computer. Imagine Juice WRLD is at your studio. Shit, some of these Juice WRLD leaks go for like 20 racks. Bro, it's like, Juice, you can have the whole studio for free, dog. Just use that. Like, we'll order you food, we'll order you everything. You know, you just chill here all day. Just record on our computers. And then they just like wipe the whole thing and sell everything for 100 racks. That would be the easiest lick whatsoever. Maybe that's a good business model. Just have a free studio, but only like big rappers can go there and just sell all their leaks. Maybe that's what I gotta do. But yeah, Osamason's chilling. I don't think the whole thing's scrapped. We Gonna Be Okay, just in my head confirmed it. It's not a full confirmation, but just we gonna be okay. Osamason fans gonna be okay. Did I see Carti's BET performance? I did. I saw him wearing the Lil Wayne-esque like Bape era hoodie, looking fly, you know. I love the whole going back in time. I do, because that's my era. If y'all been following me for a while, like Lil Wayne is my GOAT. Him and Drake. And as we're gonna talk about soon, A$AP Rocky's one of them. Unfortunately, though, I would say that he has fallen off since then. Like, I honestly haven't even tapped into A$AP since like testing. Like, that's when I kind of was like, I don't care anymore. When he started going like super, like LSD was kind of my last, what is it called? Hoorah. That was my last hoorah with A$AP Rocky. Because I like the super dark, like Space Ghost Perp type vibe. Like the almost funk type A$AP Rocky with the heavy 808s, like super slow, leaned out, chopped and screwed type shit. That was like 2012. I remember going, like, I have this vivid memory of like going to football practice, listening to ASAP Rocky, downloading that shit on datpiff.com. This is the days where you had to have an iPod. I had the 150 gigabyte iPod, and you had the wired headphones. Shit was a vibe, bro. Those were the days. Same thing with like No Ceilings with Lil Wayne and all that. But regardless, again, don't really care about ASAP Rocky anymore. I think I even have clips with people on stream where we're like, this is like 2 years ago, and we're like, dude, Carti has already passed ASAP Rocky. I understand ASAP Rocky's more of a celebrity because, you know, he's the baby daddy of Rihanna at this point. Rihanna got more money than him. Rihanna is more iconic than ASAP Rocky, unfortunately. I'm not hating on him. It's just facts. But there's a reason that he hasn't dropped his album. And how many times has he teased it? How many times have we heard news on Twitter? Like, I just ignore that shit. Like, I gotta like mute ASAP Rocky and Don't Be Dumb or whatever the project is called at this point on Twitter, because how many times they've been like, oh yeah, it's ASAP Rocky allegedly teases Don't Be Dumb dropping in 30 days. It's like, bro, he's like the mainstream Sofago at this point. Like, drop the shit or we don't care. But again, it's because nobody cares that he's not dropping it. Like, so probably the label came back, was like, yo, so ASAP, like, I don't know how to tell you this, but like, you're projected, because labels do projections before you even drop it, of like what they're gonna aim for sales wise. Like, you know, they finesse the streams, you know, all the playlisting and whatever. And they're like, yo, ASAP, like, you're about to sell like 50K, and then hangs up. He hangs up. He's like, I'm ASAP. What are you talking about? And so it's just not even worth doing that, because then your legacy is ruined. But anyway, the reason that we're talking about ASAP Rocky at this point is because I actually knew this y'all knew this too. This wasn't even like a secret. But if y'all recall, there was a whole little drama, let's say, that went down when ASAP Rocky leaked Sights, which was a collab with Playboi Carti. It was a whole music video. It kind of had like a similar vibe to what I Am Music had, but banger song, and ASAP leaked it himself on his own Instagram. And Carti got mad. I think Fitz or somebody, like, y'all can go back to the clip, but like, people in Carti's camp were saying that that was not cool. I think Opium Baby too. I think this is around the same time they're beefing with Pierre as well. But yeah, essentially ASAP was headlining at Rolling Loud too, and like just trying to get some hype back by utilizing Carti, because at that point Carti hadn't even sold 300K yet, but everybody kind of knew like he was still running shit. At least if you were in the know. I don't know. Mainstream fans probably didn't realize it until I Am Music dropped, and then he almost sold 300K, or if y'all want to count it, he said he sold like 312. But regardless, so yeah, that's when I kind of knew, like a few years ago. That might have even been like 2022 that song was. It was between Whole Lotta Red and I Am Music. So yeah, I want to say 2022. And yeah, so that's kind of when the beef started. Actually, at least when it like surfaced. I believe that, let's just say, I think it started before that, because Carti just was like moving up and he was already bigger than ASAP. So he was like, I don't even really need to be associating with this guy anymore. He don't even drop music. He's not even a rapper. He's my label CEO, and he's eating off me, yet he's not really doing anything. But that is what a label CEO does. And ASAP Rocky did give him a huge cosign early on in his career, although he was coming up. So who's to say he wouldn't have become who he was without ASAP? But it was Ian's relationship with ASAP that formulated his whole, start in the official music industry commercially. But anyway, why there's some like controversy is because a couple months ago, I want to say it was like Ken Carson, ASAP Rocky, and Playboi Carti all in the same studio. And so it came as a shock. Like, we all loved it. We were like, oh man, like, it's the whole family. Like, we got the grandfather, we got father, we got the kids, Ken Carson, all in the studio. Like, they got to do a collab, like a little ASAP slash Opium or YVL type tape or song at least. Like, it'd be cool to have all of them on the same thing, right? Let me pull up the picture just so y'all can see it for anyone who doesn't know in the back. They were in the studio. Ken Carson, Carti. Watch them wipe the whole thing. There's Ken and Carti right here. All right, so Carti, ASAP, Ken, Carti. Now ASAP and Ken, I don't believe are in the same picture, but as you can see, same outfit. They're all in the same studio. They're all wearing green. It's probably St. Patrick's Day or something. I don't know. They're eating Lucky Charms in the studio while pouring lean in it. I don't know. So anyway, that's cool. We thought, all right, so after the site situation, you know, we thought they were beefing. We thought that they weren't cool, but now they're fine. We hadn't seen them since together. But now, Ian Connor puts the spotlight on what is actually going down. Let's hope that he didn't delete everything. He kind of hinted at it a couple days ago, I want to say. All right. He deleted it, didn't he? Oh no. Starts here. Damn, Ian Connor's real as fuck for like saying all this shit and not even deleting it. Cause some people will like say it and then like go ghost and be like, oh, what are you talking about? I didn't say that. Like Elon was like, Trump's a PDF. And yeah, and then he just like dipped. He deleted everything. Even though he literally owns Twitter. Okay. I don't know if y'all aware, but Rocky ain't doing nothing but dick sucking Carti, and Carti even doing anything with Perp was an indirect diss to Rocky in the first place. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Nobody likes each other over on this side. When I say Flacco ain't who y'all think he is, he's gay. So actually, there were, I want to say, rumors or allegations that ASAP was like messing around with dudes at his house just because he's like a sex addict. But hey, maybe him and Kanye have and Diddy, they got the little trifecta. I don't know. But anyway, he continues. He even brought Travis Scott in the situation. Ain't no beef squashed. He didn't want Perp to resurge when he the one who even brought him in the game, and someone else got the fruits of benefit for piping him back up. He don't even respect nor like Perp, but bruh sure enough is making his way back around. I don't know. Just because Carti, what'd he do? Didn't Space Ghost Perp, he like used a sample and then linked up with Space Ghost Perp, or like he asked for permission for using the sample or the production or something. I don't know. Space Ghost Perp is burnt though. He's like, as much as like I respect everything he built, I don't think he's ever coming back. Him and Rocky were literally just ensuing the march. He says, fake love out of fear exists. So ASAP was probably trying to get back in the studio with Carti to get back lit because he knows he needs some sort of hype to actually sell well with his project. I just hate fake shit. If I help build it, I can destroy it if I please. The thing is, Ian Connor and Carti, I don't even think are cool behind the scenes like that. Obviously, because Ian Connor got hella allegations. I want to say it's 33, but Carti probably just can't be around all that, even though he has his own set of allegations that are potentially just as bad. Regardless, though, I literally know all and everything Flacco knows. They need to grow up and stop all that fearful dick sucking. Ain't no majority rules over here. I do me. And then here's where he gets into Travis Scott. So this is kind of like why Travis and Rocky aren't cool, because at one point they were. Like, Travis used to roll with ASAP. So I don't know why they're not cool. I mean, they just looked alike, right? I don't know if they really sound too much alike. Like Travis has his own sound, but maybe back in the day, Rocky thought he was biting him. But that's just how youngins are when they're coming up. They get inspired by the people above them. Regardless, though. Nah, Trav not hearing that because he too powered up now. Nast and Rocky called themselves bullying that man when he was still coming up, and he never forgot, as he shouldn't. And now we got the last laugh, career and money-wise. Yeah, he's way bigger than ASAP at this point. Again, ASAP is just known for being the baby father of Rihanna, but he plays it cordial, but he looks down on them. Jeez. Oh my God. Go Trav. Go Trav. If I was Travis, he probably thinks, he's probably so proud. He's like, fuck these guys. Like, they were bullying me at first, and now they're asking me for the feature. Yeah, right. Rocky is a sheep disguised as a shepherd. That dude is handsome and knows how to dress, so we give him unnecessary credit when you think about it is really not due. Who the fuck listened to bro past Live Love ASAP for real, past his eye for visuals that thereafter? That's what I was telling y'all at the beginning. Like LSD is when I was like, I know that's some of people's favorite projects, but I think that's just because that was his like biggest mainstream project. Maybe Testing did a little bit more, but like LSD, I remember my ex-girlfriend used to like LSD because it's like I don't know, in college and in high school, bitches be like so like they put the fucking weird art above their bed and they think they're all like hippie and like they're smoking weed and like, oh, I just, you know, I like feeling it. And it's like, fuck off, bro. But anyway, didn't really like LSD like that. I was a Live Love ASAP kind of guy. Just because like the harder beats, and it was actually rapping. Regardless though, moving on. Bro is the equivalent to a bitch with a fat ass. Good style, but ugly face. Music. Okay, so as much as Ian Connor's going in on him about his bad music, let's say, saying he has an ugly face, ASAP did have some crazy music at the beginning. So yeah, sure, maybe he got an ugly face now because he got old. He's past 25 and in his prime. You know, the bitches after 25 or 30, you know, they start sagging a little bit. They got to get a facelift. So maybe that's all he needs. He just needs somebody to go in and executive produce his project so he don't sound old. Maybe that's why he needed Travis, but he already burnt that bridge. But let's not completely say that his whole catalog was bad. Like when people were coming at Lil Wayne after he dropped the Carter 6, like last week, everybody was saying like, oh, you know, he's making the same music he was. And honestly, like his music was just as bad before. I'm like, oh, hold up. Why is everybody coming at Lil Wayne's legacy now? And they were claiming he ruined music and blah, blah. It's like, dude, he's 42. What do y'all expect? Like, it's just a different era. He's still making music for the era that he grew up in. Like, give the old man a break, dog. Don't come at his legacy because Lil Wayne's the GOAT. So that's all I'm saying with ASAP. Like, I don't really like his music as much anymore, but let's not shit on his past music. Someone replies, every public figure lost a majority of their clout and the money is running low, resorts to clout chasing with actions like this one. The emojis he used are also a clear indication of projection, standard playbook move. Are they talking about the emojis he used are a clear indication of projection? What? Anyway, Ian Connor replies, I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm as rich as I ever been. I'm just too scared to show certain shit. They don't even know where I live at. I'm disconnected. I'm just simply in place and position. Okay, so he starts going through blah, blah, blah. Someone says Rocky signed Carti, though. Ian Connor said Ian signed Carti through Rocky. So that's, honestly, that's a little bit of a nail biter. Because this almost indicates that Rocky is not as tapped in and cool, per se, as he thinks he is, or like as he's perceived, because people think, or they credit Rocky with signing Carti. Carti was ASAP, and now Carti is where he is. with selling like 300K with Iron Music. And so he's the top rapper or one of them, however you want to justify that. But now Ian's saying like, well, it was actually me who discovered him, which is true. Ian Connor is probably the biggest catalyst in Carti's career, because Ian Connor was like one of the cool streetwear people, and he had a lot of clout on Tumblr and Instagram and whatnot. And he helped him promote Broke Boy. He exacerbated his whole entire career, essentially. And so Rocky was just the cherry on top. But Ian Connor's basically saying like, well, I connected the dots, so Rocky ain't even like that. He's just collecting the check, which is, oh, he's trying to tear down the entire legacy. He said it before, he's trying to destroy it because he helped build it. Who else has ASAP signed? Like, what are ASAP Og artists? Is Carti ASAP's only claim to fame? Because I remember he had Smokey Margella, but then I think he went to jail or something. But I don't think... Okay, they got Thought Twat, who isn't really that successful. Shout out Key. But yeah, bro, they don't really got anybody other than Playboi Carti. So, like, he gotta give... ASAP gotta give Ian Connor a check. And I think at one point, Ian did say that he gets 5% of everything with Carti. So he did get his check after all. Is there anything else? Who's calling him? ASAP Rocky's calling him. Is that just a random though? Does it say the timestamp here? Or like the date? Because that'd be funny if ASAP was calling him to like stop dissing him on Twitter. Although I feel like ASAP still is above Ian Connor at this point with all the allegations, and I don't know, just Ian Connor's brand, even in streetwear, like not many people really care. People are only going off nostalgia. That's the only type of clout and influence he has at this point. I mean, I'm not super into fashion or streetwear, never really was, so y'all tell me, but ASAP's still way above Ian Connor just as a celebrity. Ian Connor's not even really a celebrity. Why Rocky doing this after fighting a case? I don't even know if Rocky didn't do anything. It's Ian Connor who's the one that's sparking up a whole beef right now, or he's just talking. Like, I don't think he's actually, nothing's gonna come from this. He's just speaking his truth because I think that he's outside of that totally. Like, I don't think he's really cool with any of them anymore. People grow apart. I don't know. Just when you grow up, like having a whole group of people as a collective, like just doesn't really pan out unless they're different ages and you're mentoring people, because that's just gay. Like, you know? Like, I don't really chill with my friends like that. You get a girl and then you chill with her mostly, and then you like meet up with your friends sometimes. That's just the way the world works. Ian matters more than ASAP in the underground. Yeah, I would agree. Although, I mean, we just talked about that because Ian was the reason that ASAP signed Carti. Or at least that's what Ian's saying. But it totally makes sense. I agree. And then now Ian Connor is co-signing more people like Southside Silhouette, Rolling Thrax. Who was the third one? He was cool with Hard Rock, although Victor ended up signing Hard Rock. There were other people, but at the same time, I feel like Southside Silhouette and Rolling Thrax, and there was a third one I want to say, they all already had like the underground kind of, they already got the fan base before Ian Connor. So I don't know if Ian Connor really helped their career. It was Lifeless Garments, I think. It's the third one. But it almost, like, I'm not dissing Ian Connor because I totally get his brand, his influence, his just impact thus far in the internet culture and streetwear and rap and everything like that. That's not what we're talking about here. But it almost hurts in a way to be like associated with Ian Connor because of the allegations he has, whether or not they're true. I'm just saying, like, it's just something you don't want to get involved with. Like, again, that's I believe that's why Carti doesn't really talk to him all like that, because it's just not like, if you got a friend who's got 33 allegations like that in your crew, it's just you can't. That's some baggage, bro. That scares away the bitches, you know? That scares away the even like just fans in general. Bob trying to act like I don't, trying to make sure he doesn't end up as 34. Bro, how tall is Ian Connor? Like 5'6", 5'4"? He wouldn't stand a chance. Let's see. Wait, hold up. I just got a notification for a new summer snippet on my phone, and it was a little bit more than just a snippet. It had some ass on there. Okay, so it actually is a real summer snippet. At first I was like, is this just a joke about saying it's ass, or like, is this just a way to get views by clickbaiting people with ass on the screen, or what? Yo, this shit hits hard on mute though. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Yo, that's a I'm sure she has a great personality. Like a big, juicy personality. Holy shit. Is that Summer's girl, bro? He better put a baby in that shit. That's a fertile woman. I bet you she could fight off a fucking tiger with that thing. Holy shit. The tiger could bite off her right cheek and it probably grows back like a lizard tail. Holy shit. Oh my god. My niggas known to knock shit down, get on the floor. Yeah, you know I gotta keep me a low profile. He gon' really go. She keep that K like the top of her mouth. What's up, bro? All right, this time I actually want to listen to the music though, because I was a little distracted at the beginning. On me, it's a 50, I'm so extra. These pussy niggas, I know my love. This bitch stuck on my dick like she in the KO. Yeah, this bitch so motherfucking wet on me and I ain't home. Yeah, known to knock it down like a Draco. My niggas known to knock shit down, get on the floor. Yeah, you know I gotta keep me a low profile. He gon' really go. She keep that cat like the top of her mouth. What's up, bro? If you ask me, Summers is like a better, at least I'm gonna say it. Summers is a better version of Youngboy. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? I don't know if Youngboy's taking down cheeks like this. He's off in house arrest and got herpes. Only Lil Reno could do this shit. Look at that. That's like a whole fucking continent, bro. Now, look, obviously Youngboy's way better, bigger. Summers is more for my taste though, just because of the beat selection and the flow. Like Youngboy for me, I don't know. When he sings, it sounds like really whiny to me. But I know Summers can compete with Youngboy. Like, look, I'm tripping. I'm trolling though. I'm trolling. Don't take me seriously. It was supposed to be a hot take that made people mad. That's what people don't understand. Sometimes you just gotta say a crazy statement to feel something, you know? Summers will tell you young boy better himself. Well, of course, because if he said young boy that he was better than young boy, you know how many people would show up at his door with a PlayStation controller, throwing it out his window? Literally the entire young boy fan base. And nah, I don't think Osamason's album is cooked. One sec. Hola, mi amor. I'm on stream.
When are you gonna be done?
What do you need?
I had to bring all the boxes downstairs, and now they're like in the GR, like the ground R area, and I have to like break them down to throw them away.
So you need help?
Yeah. Also, did you see what happened?
Yeah, by the way, like they can hear you, so don't say anything crazy. Like don't give up our location.
Okay, are you done?
I can be done if you want.
Then yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll see you soon. You want me to come down?
I need you to come. Let's meet in the lobby. I just need a few minutes because I have to put the rest of the boxes and take them down.
Okay. All right.
I can't bring that to my floor, so.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye. This boy whipped. Hey, look. When you get to my age, bros before hoes ain't even a thing. Okay? You gotta I'm 28 years old. I gotta have kids soon, you know? We got dogs, we gotta have kids, we gotta get married. I don't wanna be some loser. Not saying everybody's a loser who's not married and 30, but like I wanna have kids soon, you know, like you gotta treat your girls with respect. You gotta do favors for them. That's what they like. I promise you, the one thing that attracts girls is doing their manual labor for them. Okay, so you can call me whipped. That's fine. But hey, you don't think Summers is doing manual labor for this girl? Nah, hell no, he's not. You know he's not. You have 3 kids? Holy shit. But yeah, nah. As a man, you're definitely a bank account. No, but my girl has she's getting her PhD, so I'm not gonna be just a bank account. Like she's smart. I tell my girl all the time, I hope that you make more money than me, please. Why is it L logic? Be like academics. See, that's the thing. No offense, but like I don't want to, like, you see all the allegations that academics gets because his homies live with him and like he doesn't have a wife, he don't got kids. Like that's just I promise you, if you are single and you're 30 and you're messing around with hoes, you start attracting like the younger girls, like the 25-year-olds, meanwhile you're 35. That's all trouble. You don't want that. You know, maybe one time or 2 times in Vegas or something, but no, that shit gets you in trouble. I'm telling you. PhD in what? Genetics and genomics. Like she's a scientist type shit. She's doing like cancer research. What do I do for work? You're about to graduate high school. I'm trying to make some good bread. If you want to make some good bread, bro, Become a lawyer. I'm so serious. If I didn't own a business, I would, and I did like the corporate or like the traditional job route, I would be a lawyer. It takes an extra couple of years. You got to go to college and then you got to do 3 years of law school afterwards. But like, that's like one of the highest guaranteed amounts of money you can make just doing like just going step by step without much risk. You know what I mean? Like for me, I get stressed because, you know, like I got employees and like I got to hit payroll and like shit. It's just stressful sometimes because the money comes out of my pocket as opposed to some like a company paying me, you know, and then people who have a job, like they don't got to hit payroll. They don't got to pay a bunch of other people and like risk not making enough money to pay them. So if you go on the traditional route, law school, is investing in stocks smart? Again, if you're doing the traditional route, yes, stocks is good. I have a lot of Bitcoin, S&P 500 stocks, shit. I got more Bitcoin than stocks. But people would say that's risky. I don't think it's very risky. I also have real estate though, so like I'm pretty well diversified. Do I use OPM, other people's money? No, but I have specific accounts that I can borrow from myself, like at a lower interest rate because it's collateralized. I don't use other people's money, but I've been thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out what I would need to borrow other people's money for, but I don't, for like anything that I start, I don't really need a lump sum of money. And then like why potentially risk or using other people's money when I don't need it, you know? Like I already have the funds, I already have the skill sets. I don't really need to hire too many more people. I don't know. I've thought about buying like a lawn care business though, just for fuck's sake, just like something that's not on the internet, recession proof. But yeah, credit union for sure. That's a good move. My girl was gonna get a car loan and it was like 2% lower, which is like way better. You don't want to be a slave for an underpaying job that doesn't give a fuck about me for your whole life. Well, here's the thing. The job is what funds your business or investments until the point. I mean, I personally believe everyone needs a business at a certain point. Otherwise, if you're working for someone else, because if you look at like raises when you have a job, raises don't even compete with inflation. Raises go up like 1 to 3% per year, whereas inflation the last couple of years it's been like 10% each year. But roughly, you know, it's supposed to be 2%, but whatever. It doesn't compete with the cost of living going up either. So if you're working a job, like you're just slowly like getting outpaced by the cost of living. So I truly think that everybody at a certain point use AI. And by AI, I don't mean like you don't have to come up with some crazy technology. It's just like to help you with tasks that you would normally have to hire someone else for. Like for me, it helps me with research. It helps me with building schedules. It helps me, what else? Like build Excel tables and finance. Like it just use AI, man. Truly. Like it helps so much with your everyday life. But yeah, I'm going to go. See y'all soon. Yeah, the woman's calling. You don't know. Get you a girl, get you a good girl, get you a smart girl, get you a hot girl, get you a girl with a big butt like Summers. Have a kid in your late 20s, early 30s. I wouldn't do that early on. That's not cool. But all right. I'll see y'all soon. Stream tomorrow. I'll see. It depends on like what goes down. If anything happens tomorrow, then yeah, I got you. I got a stream with Duty coming soon. I just texted him earlier today. I have to figure out what day. But yeah, I will I'll see